But that was what made me realize how sneaky these patterns are. And how as soon as you dare to change who you are with your thoughts, your feelings, your projections, your everything that is unconscious has to come to the conscious awareness to be dealt with. So this is a cautionary tale for anyone who practices the law of attraction. And what I mean is anyone who has recognized that being in the right state is the key, whatever you want to call it, vibration, state, chemistry, heart rate variability, this state of the wish fulfilled, which is just really presence, presence with a feeling of gratitude or positive expectancy. That's all the state really is. As Neville Goddard talks about, take on the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So this is something that happened to me that blew my mind, where I didn't realize how sneaky these unconscious patterns are that want to keep making us create what's in it, in the subconscious, rather than choosing what we want. And so I'm at Joe Dispenza's workshop. I find Joe Dispenza because he was saying, this is years ago, he was saying everything that I found to be true, all three books. And I go to his workshop and I'm at his workshop and he's like, are you with me? And if you're holding the state of that feeling, you bring that future to you and you to it. If you drop that state, are you with me? If you drop that state, you're dropping that future. You're dropping your future you. You stay in that state, you're pulling that future to you and you to it. If you drop this state because you go into habitual thoughts and you go into your Facebook and you're complaining, you're dropping that state, you're dropping your future. Are you with me? He must have spent 8 hours trying to convince people like why, all the reasons, scientific reasons, philosophical reasons, examples of why this state creates your future and you want to stay in it no matter what, whether you're taking action or not, you're always moving towards your future self if you're in the state of that future self. Okay, great. And I'm the whole time I'm saying, like, preach it, man, preach it. I get everything he's saying. I really don't care about what he's saying because I get it. I just want to, have fun with the meditation. So he finally does the meditation, and I'm like, oh, my future self, my heart is exploding with joy and happiness and appreciation. And I'm just dying here. And I'm remembering what I did for months and months, for pretty much 2 years straight, but for months and months when I first started this process of having wholeness rather than wanting it, the feeling of what I want to hear. And I remember how I stayed in it no matter what. And then he stops the meditation and he reminds everyone again. He reminds us again, this state, as soon as you leave it, you're saying, I don't want that future. You'd rather listen to patterns. And I'm like, absolutely. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, okay, let's take a break. And I said, I'm not taking a break because I know how it works. I know if I stayed here, no matter what thoughts and emotions want to pull me out of this, if I stayed here, no matter what, and let those moments come and go, what will show up is the physical manifestation of the state. Not to mention, I feel good anyway. Why would I want to leave the state, right? That doesn't mean you don't have negative emotions. It just means you're mastering life while staying in the state. You're not holding on to an emotion. You're not holding on to a meaning. You're just letting life unfold until it matches you. So you let the other parts of your brain and your being master the moments while you stay here. So I'm there and he's like, okay, let's take a break. I said, I'm not taking a break. I'm going to be here for 4 days. The next is a 4 day workshop at the time. And I said, I'm going to stay here for 4 days. I'm not leaving. I'm going to stay here forever until whenever. And I just knew it, right? I just like knew that that's what I was going to do. And I said, I guess I can get a cup of coffee in this state. So I get up, people crying, everyone's leaving, everyone's walking out to go get tea or coffee or whatever. And as I'm walking, these two women pass me by. And I hear one say to the other, how was your meditation? And the woman, oh, so beautiful. How was yours? Oh, beautiful. Did you get a room with a view? Yeah, over the lake. They said I had a room with a view, but it wasn't. It was a palm tree blocking the lake. Hmm. Maybe that they thought that was a view, I guess. Yeah, I guess. I was at the restaurant for 45 minutes. We're waiting for a cheeseburger last night. Yeah, I was at the bar for 15 minutes waiting for a drink. You would think they'd have more people. at this restaurant when they know there's 400 people in the workshop. Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, where's the candid camera? Didn't he just talk for 8 hours? I mean, didn't he, wasn't he screaming at everyone? I just couldn't believe how quick these women went from that state to that state. Then this guy shows up, still tears down his face. Hey, Joe, how you doing, man? I said, good. He goes, how's your meditation? I said, it was really great, really great. How are you? Good. How's your meditation? Oh, amazing. Yeah. You know what I notice? I'm like, what do you notice? Girls aren't that friendly here. You'd think they'd be more trusting in a place like this. Like I say hello to women, they don't even look at me like they run from me. I'm like, I'm not a creep. I'm just, and I'm like, where's the candid camera? There's got to be a candid camera here. There's got to be a camera hidden that this must, or maybe they're in on it. I don't know. There's something going on here. How could he be talking about this for hours? And then even after the meditation, he warned us. How do people leave this state? And I realized I was doing the same thing. I lost my state because of people complaining. And I realized I've never mastered that. So that took me out of the state. Like it's not allowed to be. It doesn't mean you like it. It doesn't mean you want to help people. It doesn't mean that people don't have a right to complain. It just means that I never mastered that that's part of life and to feel good, even though people are complaining, rather than seeing them complain, feeling them complain, and then needing to help them and fix them because they're complaining. But yet he was telling you what to do for 8 hours. How much, how could you fix that? And I realized in that moment, that was something that I never mastered, that had to accept. So when you're practicing the law of attraction, which is just a state all the time of the wish fulfilled until it's constant, all the things that have captured our subconscious mind because they became important to us because we didn't know what to do. We didn't master it. We don't like it. Now we want to control it. All those things need to be processed, released, and then we stay in the state in its wake. And then we can help them in a happy state. Oh, do you know you just left that state? Or, oh yeah, I guess that must be difficult for you that you waited so long. Like, who cares about the state? I can still be compassionate in a happy state, in a caring state. I can still have empathy. But that was what made me realize how sneaky these patterns are. And how as soon as you dare to change who you are with your thoughts, your feelings, your projections, your everything that is unconscious has to come to the conscious awareness to be dealt with. And that is the difference that makes the difference.